When the sun explodes, I'm gonna be sitting on the roof eating ice cream, drinking beers.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
Exactly. But I saw the sign. That guy's a racist guy. I saw the sign. Hey. Bye.
Bye.
It's the best one yet.
Honeys, we're home.
Hello and welcome to Sinclairity A Dinosaurs Tale. I am your host. We're gonna need another Timmy along with my co-host.
Well, who do you think it is here today, folks? This has been Hand Up Me again for another week until Tim lets me back out of this cage.
Yep, Ben has to stay in that cage, and that cage is located in a basement somewhere in Ohio,
Kentucky.
with a large liquor, whatever. It's all the same.
Large liquor. Yeah, I am sitting at essentially a bar. Well, I mean, not even just essentially. It is a bar. The laptop's on a bar counter, and I'm sitting in a bar stool.
You're also at a bar, and you're holding a microphone like you're doing a stand-up.
I'm doing a Type 5.
Type 5.
Type 5 is usually like when people rank me 1 to 10. Type 5.
And that's about as long as this episode's going to be, about 5 minutes.
So. Type 5. We're giving you a Type 5 today.
and today you're listening to a show about a show from the 90s featuring dinosaur puppets.
So here it is. Have you heard of podcasts? It's like a thing where usually upper class white dudes will talk about some shit, and like you mostly just hear them talk over each other and laugh. We do a version of that.
Yeah,
about the show Dinosaurs.
Yeah, instead of like expensive cars or conspiracy theories, we talk about the show Dinosaurs.
Because sometimes,
sometimes, and sometimes we talk about season 3, episode 11. Hey, 311.
Whoa,
that's pretty tight.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
And it's
Type 5.
And it's about the energy from the sun. The sun also rises.
Yeah, but this one it's spelled so that's a pun. The sun, SON, also rises.
Yeah, it's about Robbie's erection.
I was driving the car with my friend Katie yesterday, and there's a license plate in front of us that said "sun kissed," but it was spelled like SON. I'm like, that's not. Well, okay.
Well, we'll get into it in this episode.
Did we say it's 48? Did you cover that episode 48 of the podcast run?
No, but it is episode 48 of the podcast.
Yeah, and this is another one by we got the David Kaplan and the Brian LePans back at it. The writing comedy duo.
Yep. We're very hit or miss.
I was literally going to call them Mr. Hit and Miss.
Yeah.
Mr. Hit and Miss Hit. Wait, directed by Tom Turbovich. So Turbotine's back at it again in the white vans.
Yeah. And oh wow, you have.
Do you want me to give you a summary? Do you want to give a summary for this episode going?
Yeah. So I'm looking at your.
Don't look at my fucking notes. Don't look at my notes. This is for me.
I'm looking at it, but
hey, baby, you just relax. Let me tell you the summary for this episode. You ready?
The summary sounds like trivia, though. That's what I'm trying to.
On the surface, the novel is a love story between the protagonist Jake Barnes, a man whose war wound has made him unable to have sex, and the promiscuous divorcee lady Brett Ashley. Jake is an expatriate American journalist living in Paris, while Brett is This is The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway, isn't it? Fuck, that's the wrong summary. One sec, the wrong summary. Fuck yeah, with a 19-year-old matador, Jake's college friend Robert, iceberg theory, child's shoes never worn, the kid was born with wheels. Okay, here it is. Robbie gets fed up with Earl always telling him what to do, so he challenges Earl for male domination and wins, but he quickly becomes aware of how much responsibility is involved in being the male of the house.
Right? It sucks.
You gotta scratch yourself, you gotta sit around and wait for shit to get done.
Yep, you gotta drink beer.
You don't come on Sundays. Oh, that's a different male. That's the post.
That's Chick-fil-A.
That's the house. You know what? I was thinking earlier. I'm such a devout Christian that on Sundays I go to Chick-fil-A and drive through the drive-through and spend an hour just to like appreciate that they closed for the day. Like I
go around in a halo.
Yeah, for an hour. That's my mass. That's my church mass. 1 hour of that.
And then you listen to POD.
The POD cast. Shout out. On my way here from Olivia's, I had to pass this church that's now currently notorious for torturing horses as part of the mass. It was like a big show where they break a horse in front of the audience or whatever. It's fucking insane.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they brought a horse in on stage and it was a big event and people like were fucking stoked to see it or whatever. It was a fucking nightmare. They did 3 times, 3 horses. I mean, like they destroyed those horses and like yeah, I got stuck in the traffic for that fucking church, and I don't miss that. That was the thing when I used to live over here.
Well, that sounds awful.
Horrific.
And, yeah.
It's right next to the Chick-fil-A.
I know you made a joke about the POD cast, but were you aware that? Do you remember a couple of weeks ago when that one tweet went viral about was it Skink and Pickle? That the guy was making fun of ska and everyone went at him. Do you remember that?
No.
Well, that guy was one of the co-hosts of the POD cast.
The guy who made fun of them or what?
Yeah, like he made a joke. I think he made a joke about Skink and Pickle. I think that's what it was.
Well, fuck. If you're shooting arrows from New Wave, it's only going down. Like New Wave's at top of everything. Like it's not his fault. Look, I think when people make fun of ska, my brain already categorizes them as somebody who doesn't have like that extensive like they don't care that much about music in a way where they'll understand like nuances and sound. So I'm like, oh, you don't like ska, so like you just don't like fucking complicated bass riffs and cool rhythm that doesn't happen in other shit, and you don't like diverse music. And it's really just like, no, someone else said it. And now I'm like, I don't like ska either because it's funny. It's like a punchline. But if you listen to New Wave, you can say whatever the fuck you want about anything. You've suffered so much as a New Wave fan because everyone made you a joke for years. I mean,
I've been watching that. This Is Pop documentary.
Oh, you're probably further than me now.
It's really good.
It is good.
Yeah.
I saw the first 3.
Okay, so you didn't watch the gatekeeping country episode?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah, it's got Orville Peck hosts it. Like at first, I didn't think it was him, but it was him.
Wait, was he not in costume or what?
No, he was. But
okay.
I thought he was the host from the Swedish the Swiss episode.
As the host from Delocated, he's ski mask.
But yeah, it's
I think Swedish one was the last one I watched or whatever it is.
Yeah, that one's really good too.
That was really interesting. I liked it,
even though they conveniently forgot to mention anything about the dude from Ace of Base being a neo-Nazi.
Yep.
They only interviewed the one guy from Ace of Base, who I guess
I
isn't a
saw
neo-Nazi.
the sign. It wasn't a swastika. It was a sign. Hey. Yeah. No, that episode was cool. I went and listened to a lot of ABBA afterwards, and it didn't stick. I was like, it's what I thought it was. I've listened to ABBA before. People have their phases with it. I'm sure one day I will.
I
like 18.
It's objectively good.
Objectively, yeah.
I think, but as someone who hates musicals, Mamma Mia is like a crime against humanity. I'm sorry.
It's so funny.
The fact there's 2 movies.
The words you come up with to avoid telling people you're homophobic are hilarious to me. Like, I hate musicals. Like, we get it, Tim. You don't think we should marry? What was there was some joke about owning
never assimilate, Ben. Never assimilate.
I did think about you yesterday, and I mean I think about you every day, of course. But my friend Katie mentioned something about I was talking about the old lady who swallowed the fly, and I was like, she should have stopped when she had a frog. She has a pet frog now. It's all good. And then like Katie was like, yeah, and then then she becomes non-binary, and I was like, what do you mean? She's like, non-binary people like frogs. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's a thing, but I just think of Tim when I think of frogs. I was like, Tim doesn't even know he's non-binary. He just likes frogs.
They're cool animals.
They are fucking cool animals. They don't get enough credit either.
I like the ones that scream and the ones that.
That's why I fuck with goats. They make the silliest noises.
Also, goats have the creepiest eyeballs I've ever seen in my life.
It's so sexy and satanic.
It's just a little slit. It's just like a little slit that goes this way. It's creepy.
Yeah, it's all incorrect. Like, what do they? I can't imagine the world from the view of I bet from their view, like those like when they make those words that are really tall squished together, so you hold the paper sideways to see them. I moved the mic away from my mouth as I said that on accident, but Zach, you're gonna have fun with this one. That's how goats see all the time. Everything's stretched weird. Everything is like a 90s music video when they discovered like wide lens, like weird fish-eyed shit. Like
Hype Williams music video.
Yeah.
I could understand why people back in the day thought goats were satanic just because they're fucking weird and like they just didn't. They're just misunderstood, just like the devil.
They saw the way they can walk on the side of shit, like as if like the way like I watched a goat walking on the side of a car, which isn't a thing you can do, and I was like, oh yeah, that is what they do. They fuck with mountains like that.
They can get in mountains, in trees, like it doesn't matter. They can eat whatever they want.
I've seen one do like a 900 and then hit a car. That was the goat. That's Goat Simulator I'm thinking of.
That's the Olympics, Tony Hawk. The Olympics.
I'm doing my my new game. I'm working on Scroat Simulator, and nobody's offered me money for it yet.
It's you meant Scroat Stimulator. I think that's what you meant.
Are you reading my Tinder bio again?
Anyway, what is some trivia from
this episode? We got some little small Easter eggs, like the soap powder. When Robbie scrubs the floor later, says Kaplan's soap powder. So Dave Kaplan.
Yeah,
that shit.
I noticed that. It was like the one like non-dinosaur pun. Like it was just Kaplan's.
I always end up like. I obviously knew what that meant, but whenever there's some kind of weird thing that isn't a dino pun, I always have to look it up to see like what it's fucking with, because it has to be something if it's weird, not a dinosaur pun. Like like when we had the child philosophers in one episode.
Yeah,
which, child philosopher sounds a lot better, or psychologist sounds a lot better if you're thinking of a Doogie Howser, like a kid psychologist. Tell me how you feel. How does that make you feel?
We'll get into it, but with Roy and Earl in the kitchen, that was
exactly stuff. The other thing is obviously like I already made a joke about this, how this is a reference to The Sun Also Rises by Hemingway, a book I read and forgot, and but the Hemingway's references to like the biblical quote from Ecclesiastes: "The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and has this place where he arose. And why doesn't my wife go down if the sun goes down? Hey, come back next week.
Don't let your sun go down on me." That's
mothers. Don't let your children grow up to be DJ Khaled,
Orville
Batman, Orville Peck,
DJ Qualls. you know, hey Ben, did you ever think that DJ Qualls was his DJ name and not his actual name, or is that just me?
Obviously, I thought it was a DJ name. It's just like I guess there was a joke in Fuller House where Stephanie Tanner became a DJ and she went as DJ Tanner. Sister's name. And that's so funny. I'm like, how'd they write that? How did they do that? That's a good
How'd they
joke.
Do that without Tim Doyle?
How'd they do that? Who that? Do that.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that what was that? Iggy Azalea, that her movie Black Widow came out.
Do that. Yeah. What about her?
The Black Widow movie came out. That's based on her song from like 10 years ago or whatever, right? She had a song. I'm a Black Widow baby. That was a song she had. Like, yeah. I don't know shit about Marvel.
Obviously, you dug a lot deeper into her back catalog than me.
That was a hit. It was a hit song on the radio. And I'm not saying like I didn't like find it and say this should be a banger. It was just on the radio all the time, and it was a banger.
On my Iggy Azalea B-sides album.
Speaking of besides, we're gonna get this episode. We're gonna start with it opens up for the second time in the series, a Sinclair male golfing. So that's
yeah, but it's Robbie and Mindy being the commentator. She's the commentator.
Yeah, she's a common potato.
Well, she's talking a little too loud to be a golf commentator, but we'll forget.
Well, it's putt. It's a little different. It's a little mini golf set.
Well, yeah, he's gotta get through the caveman, the giant ceramic caveman.
Do you fuck with mini golf?
Not since I was a kid. I don't really it.
I would love to now. No, you know what? I would prefer to just go to a batting cage. That's why I thought about batting cages recently. Like, that sounds like a good way to just fucking deal with shit. Like, or just go to our friend Chris's house and throw axes at the boobs in his backyard.
even as a kid, I would just rather go to the arcade.
I don't know if I ever played mini golf as a kid. I always thought they looked so cool, but I don't know if I ever went. My parents didn't love me, I guess, you know?
The putt golf place by my house when I was a kid, it had a really awesome arcade, so I would always rather be in there.
I think the arcade just had a putt. I don't think the putt started it, did it?
I don't know.
I know there's technically a difference between putt and mini golf, but the people who know the truth died years ago.
Yeah, we'll never know.
But
yes.
No, you go on.
So Robbie's about to make his game-winning putt, and then he gets a call over the intercom, and it's like, Robbie. It doesn't even does it say his last name, or it's just like, Robbie, your dad's here.
I mean, like, there's like not that many dinosaurs out there. They know which one it is.
It's just Molehill and his wife. They're there. And Molehill's also wearing Earl's shirt. He's wearing a giant flannel shirt.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
They should start a band. They should start 4 Years Strong together. Get some beards.
I believe it's called Hot Water Music. So Earl comes in and he's pissed, and he's
got grass in his hand.
Yeah, a lump of grass, and he's just like, you know what this is? It's like...
Yeah, so I guess Robbie was supposed to mow the lawn before he was allowed to go do shit, and he didn't do that because the lawnmower was broken, which seems that's above Robbie's level. That shouldn't be his issue. But
yeah, he's not there yet. He didn't win the battle yet.
Yeah, exactly. But Earl's like, use fucking scissors then, kid. When I was a kid, Robbie, listen to me. When I was a kid, Snowflake, I had to get on my hands and knees and graze like a cow.
I know.
He moos at him. But it's like a really shitty moo. He's like, "Urgh."
So he can talk like the cows.
Yeah.
He can talk now. Yeah.
Exactly. They're not censored anymore. Unlike the rest of us.
So as soon as I heard him say that, use the scissors, I immediately thought of a skit that my friends recorded where they did that. Like, that was the whole basis of the skit.
Mowing a lawn with scissors?
Yeah, my friend Matt, who was shirtless.
I've met Matt, right? Matt's the person. Is he replacing me as best man or something?
Yeah. He did a skit. He did film the skit where he was shirtless in a yard with a pair of scissors cutting a lawn. That's what I thought of.
It's pretty great though.
Yeah.
It's already hard to cut a lawn, even just using one of the fucking old unpowered mowers that you just roll the blades around. I can't imagine fucking scissors. It would take years.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny though, because it's almost ironic because we'll get into it, but the job that Robbie actually gets is in landscaping. So
that's true. He gets a manscaping job.
Yeah. Manscape. Order now. Use our code Sinclairity 20.
But yeah, Earl embarrasses the big weenie, calls him a big weenie, and Robbie says, "Well, can't we talk about this, Dad?" And he's like, "Yeah, we can talk about this," but he drags him home to do that.
Yeah, right away. We just cut to them at the house.
Yeah, they fit a lot in before the fucking theme songs. I bet if we watched all shows from that block that year, it was how the commercials were divided up. They're like, you got to fit another fucking scene. I know it's awkward.
Yeah, and so we get them in, and Baby and Fran are there, and Fran's just like, "What are you guys doing?" And it's just like, "Why is he always gotta tell me what to do, blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
Baby's like, yeah, no, you guys got to fight. So he hits the bell.
Yeah, because Earl was bluffing about talking. Because immediately when he got there, he was like, "No, we're not talking about this shit."
He just wanted to cock block Robbie.
Yeah, so Robbie mentions that every day he gets home and his dad demands a beer or he yells at him. He does one or the other, in whichever order, but it's always both. And Baby Worldstar is unimpressed by this argument where because Earl's only logic is because I say so, and Baby's like, I ain't good. Fuck this.
I know, but Baby, of course, like always, is just stirring the shit. He's just instigating.
Yeah, he wants it to get going. He loves violence. Blood is in his teeth.
He loves it. He wants to see these two fight. He's in between the argument, like being like, yeah, or no. Like he's
he's Baby
there.
Worldstar. If cell phones were a thing at this point with cameras on them, he'd be holding one up.
Yeah. And Earl doesn't get it because he's just like, all I ask him to do is everything I say exactly how to say and do it.
Yeah, immediately, without question.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, reasonable. And then Robbie quotes Alkaline Trio. He's like, I'm not a stupid kid anymore, Dad. And then he growls at Earl. And fucking that now we get the theme song. They wanted to make sure they got one Alkaline Trio in first, and then we get a theme song.
Well, he does have flannel on. This is true.
And conveniently, they gloss over the fact that Dan is a Nazi.
Oh my god! Are you making reference to?
I'm referencing this joke you made earlier, but also about the fact that there's like a lot of shit people were talking about Dan recently being a bad dude.
Really?
Yeah. He like has like neo-Nazi ties or some shit. I mean, like, no libel. In case I'm wrong, just Google it. But yeah,
I think you're thinking of Matt Skiba.
There's no way it was Skiba. He's in Blink-182.
Have you seen his Instagram?
Is it really Skiba?
Yeah, he's got some weird stuff going on. Talks about Valhalla a lot, and yeah.
You know what? We'll do this quick for the listeners, just so nobody leaves with a sour taste in their mouth. June 6th, 2020 on Reddit. Blink-182 Reddit. Is Matt Skiba really a Nazi sympathizer? Is the name of this post. Here we go. Okay, here it is. Ready? Anyone, this is the top answer, right, that I see. I don't know how Reddit works. Anyone who thinks Skiba is obsessed with World War II should probably check out Lemmy from Motorhead. LOL.
What? Okay. You're
second
deflecting.
Answer. Yeah, second answer, no. Third answer, lol.
So we
got no information. That's all we got.
Last weekend, he posted something really weird. Like, there was it was a picture. There was a Blink-182 played a gig in Germany. Mm-hmm. in a venue that was used by the Nazis at some point. Yeah. So he posted a photo of him at the venue on stage, like facing the crowd. And then he also posted a photo from that Nazi rally. And it was just like, here's where something good happened, like referring to the concert. It's like, and here's where something with atrocious history. Like, it's like, what? Dude, you probably should not. Just don't.
We'll get back to this on our other podcast, Beyond the Mat Skiba.
Beyond the Mat Skiba.
But sorry for the diversion. And Dan, I don't know you. Sorry.
Honestly,
anybody bald sus. You know what I mean?
Oh, poor Stone Cold.
Poor Texas rattlesnake.
No, Dan was like, he was on the Degrassi podcast with his daughter. It was really cute.
Could do no wrong. You're right. Also, no, but the fact that he was on that podcast does make you think he might not. Specifically, Mike Park's podcast, I would have heard about it if there was issues directly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mike Park's pretty fucking vocal about shit. I get tweets in the middle of the night just for Asian Man Records update on Twitter, and it's just like, fuck this. And I don't.
Yeah.
Always mad about some shit that everyone should be mad about. But yeah, anyway, we after the theme song, Ethel's giving Robbie, like, trying to hype Robbie up because she loves when people talk back to the Earl.
Yeah, and I like how she's just sitting there, and like, one of her like stockings is up her leg, and then the other one is like rolled down. Like,
yeah, she's like, what was that? LL Cool J? She fucks with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Crips.
And she talks about the code of the wilderness.
Yeah, a different like we've referenced it before. I was upset that they didn't give specific like rule numbers and page numbers this time, like in the past, because we could have kept mapping it out. But this is kind of a loose reference, loose canon. We'll discuss this on our Lindsay Ellis episode of loose canon dinosaurs.
And so yeah, she talks about Grandpa Lou fighting with Uncle Stan.
Yeah, his brother Stan, but they refer to him as Uncle Stan from their positioning. And it was like, you know, it's like this anecdote about them fighting, and it was darn entertaining, but it was savage. And she's like, you know, we didn't have YouTube back then, Robbie. You didn't fucking know what it was like. We couldn't just turn on the
World Star.
Yeah, we couldn't turn on unboxing. We couldn't watch live feed, whatever that thing is, where it's always people fucking dying on it. We didn't have that shit.
And Stan was just he was just like an obsessed fan with Lou. It was very tragic.
I always wonder how he even sent the tape out at the end. If it really was him, how did he send that shit out? You know. But I hate the fact that like it was already in my mind. My next sentence was going to be a joke about that.
Yeah.
And then I heard the words coming out of your mouth. I was like, okay, cool. Same page. Two meanings.
I think the weirdest thing was that fucking SNL skit from like this year about that song. Like what? I posted my Spotify rankings, and Eminem's a little too high on them. A little embarrassing.
And somebody else posted about how they only listened to like someone once, and it was on their top list. I'm like, I'm going to use that little bit of anecdotal data to pretend that that's what happened with Eminem on mine. Rest in peace, Eminem. His career, but
yeah, he's not dead.
He's not dead. MGK hasn't gotten to him yet. He hasn't finished him off.
MGK left for pop punk. There's no more competition.
What if Eminem went after him? What if Eminem went to pop punk next?
Oh my god! Can you imagine?
There's like what is this song where he says something about like he says it's in the one Till I Collapse, I think it is. He says something about sucker punches without warning, and like he calls himself a punk rock or whatever. That's what he was laying the seed. He's setting the stage.
All he needs is Travis Barker to show up and play drums. That's it. That's all he needs.
If he would have walked into one incorrect room during the Real Slim Shady music video, Basket Case would have been performing, because it's like the same. It was the same institution, and Good Burger was in the third room. It's like,
yeah,
I love the reality I created.
Less than Jake.
Exactly. The dude's song. Oh man, this is a beautiful. That's the Sinclairity U. It's SU. TM. But yeah, so Ethel, tells him a story about Lou, and like Robbie, like even though Stan got fucking wrecked by Lou, Robbie's like, yeah, but I bet nobody pushed him. He didn't push him around anymore.
Where Ethel was just like, yeah, well, we all pushed him around because he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, until he was able to recover. But Robbie, once again, rock hard, red pilled. He like is convinced like this is the path. He's going to challenge, he's going to challenge Earl to a death fight. And then Ethel tries to feign innocence, like it wasn't her setting it up. She's like, don't take this to mean anything. I was just telling you a little story, baby.
I don't want you to kill my son-in-law, not at all.
Yeah, I love all my children equally. I don't care for Job. But now we cut to the Office of Male Supremacy, where they record like
oh my god
podcast or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's where he records his.
That's where they did the man podcast. Show.
Yeah, he records in the pit of death is down there too.
The Office of Male Supremacy is just a beef jerky factory.
and the pit of death is when he has anti-vaxxers on, because
God, yeah. So Turtle Puss is the guy running this shit, and he explains to the Sinclair men how to fill out the appropriate forms, and they have to do like an essay and shit. They're all already mad because they were like ready to fucking fight, but it's changed. Now it's all bureaucratic.
Is Turtlepus here supposed to be like a sadist, like a serial killer or
Yeah,
something?
it seems like he's been trying to like fight the urges, but when they start to talk about violence, like he gets so horny for it, like he's ready.
I know, and he's looking for the approval of his mother. So it's
Yes,
just like
he apologized to the thing. He's like, mother, I got to do what I got to do.
he probably killed her. She's probably in the pit of death,
That's
buried
true.
underneath.
I mean, when they open it up, there are just a lot of fucking body parts everywhere. He pops that shit open, and these vessels of testosterone enter, and it's like, it's just a sand pit littered with fucking body parts.
Welcome to our new true crime podcast, The Atrocities of Turtlepus.
I wish I knew how to do an impression of the host of Serial, but I've never listened to it. But the second this happened in the episode, I was like, no matter what happens to the rest of the episode, Tim's gonna be like, good episode, because there was a pit of death, and Turtlepus shouts, "Let's get ready to rumble."
Yeah, we should have had a wrestling fan on this episode.
I know. I was like, if I would have fucking known this shit in advance, I mean, Chris, it would have been Chris.
Yeah, Chris in person.
Exactly. Oh shit, he did invite me to come over later tonight, but I might be busy. But so Fran shows up to ruin the fucking fun again. And Turtlepus mansplains wrestling to her real quick. She's like, "You wouldn't understand, sweetheart. They got to kill each other now."
Yeah, there's got to be a winner.
Yeah, winner, chicken dinner. And Fran
clean down the middle, daddy.
Exactly. So Fran shouts out to Earl that she's gonna disconnect his fucking premium cable channels, his HBO and shit. And then he's like, "You're gonna make me watch Basic?"
You mean I can't watch premium cable shows with sex and violence and cursing?
God, you know what? I should have let me think. I can't watch Redwood. I was like, I gotta have some kind of pun that relates to the show on HBO.
The Sopranos.
Yeah. I can't watch Four Leggers Under. I don't know what the fuck.
Can't watch Real Sex. Taxi Cab Confessional.
I can't watch fucking 1 second line. I can't. No, Coke, not the script. So yeah, that gets him distracted enough, and then Robbie just fucking pins his ass.
Yeah,
like Nala and Simba.
Must have been. I wish we would have seen this episode when we interviewed Bill to be like,
I know, right?
That must have been awful.
Mm-hmm.
Like one 40-pound like suit on top of another with a human inside of it.
But like he also talked about wanting to do crazier stunts than they would let him. So I bet at the same time he's like, "Get it, let's fucking go." He took a shot of that fucking hippie juice and just went at it.
Also, Earl's shoulders weren't down, so that really not an actual pin.
Nerd check. We got the wrestling Stifler. That's not it. Stickler.
Both shoulders have to be down.
Both shoulders have
for
to be
it
down.
to be a pin. And if it's like amateur style wrestling, you're down 1, not 3. Like
this is our segment, nitpicking with Tim as he gives the cold shoulder.
That's right.
But
I love sports.
The cold shoulder, it's what you get if you're a cannibal and you're late to dinner. I stole that joke somewhere. So if you say that, you get in trouble for it. Robbie is awarded
We're going to call our iHeartRadio lawyer.
Yeah. I think Dan Andrigano from Alkaline Trio made that joke, actually. I stole it. But Robbie's awarded a TV remote as his like fucking belt for the match.
Yep. Which honestly, they should have put it on a pole, and they have a TV remote on a pole match.
I just felt bad because that meant that David Arquette no longer had the TV remote from when he won. He had to take the title.
Awful.
But yeah, so Robbie sleeps in on his first day of Supreme Male because he's like, "Fuck yeah, this is great. I just cucked my dad. Fucking this bitch Charlene's in here studying up on my shit. I don't care. I'm the fucking Supreme Male."
Yeah, and he's gonna order some pizza for breakfast. He's gonna watch some
dinosaur TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Roy's rubbing it in because like Earl shouts at Robbie to turn it down, and Robbie's like, "Fuck off, Dad," or whatever he says. And Roy's like, "Damn, that's emasculating."
Yeah, and then Earl's like, "But Roy, he took my life."
Yeah, you weren't really using it, buddy.
That was the best line of the show.
So good. But yeah, Earl's like pondering upon what he has become, and he realizes he's become but a lost soul.
Yeah, he starts crying.
Yeah, it's fine. Roy points out it's so manly to cry, but then it gets into the blubbering territory, and Roy's like, "All right, sissy, get the fuck off me."
Yeah, so this is just like Roy's just roasting Earl, and it's hilarious.
It's not the typical like dynamic, but like it has to happen back at him at some point.
Yeah, it's great, especially after he tried to feed him to that monster in the last episode.
He still has a chip on his shoulder, and we just haven't talked about it.
Yeah, and Earl is just like, you know what, you're right, Roy. I gotta start doing things that I enjoy. You know, like
expand my mind.
The classics. Yeah.
This is a fucking flashback to COVID shutdown. Everybody's like, you know what? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna make a better me. I'm playing Animal Crossing in 80 years. Like, I got nothing done. Beer, 10 a.m. Okay. It's an adventure.
I'm drunk on the Zoom call again.
Drunk on the Zoom call. But yeah, so he doesn't do any of that shit. He does go shoot pool. I agree. Perfect option. I love pool. I'm bad at it though, but I enjoy it immensely.
I hate it.
I knew you'd fucking hate it. God, you're just such a stickler. You're such a Stifler. Like, okay, if we were in American Pie, you'd be Stifler. I'd be Stifler's mom. We need more people on the podcast. I ran out of people this time.
Are you Jennifer Coolidge?
Yeah, that makes me want a hot dog real bad. Fucking love her. She's the best.
We just watched that last weekend, that movie.
Which one? American Pie? No. Legally Blonde, the good one. Good movie. Yeah, the things I referenced. Legally Blonde holds up. I think it's fun.
And I'm taking the dog, dumbass. Was good.
No, she's great. I like her. She was in that show, Secret Life of the American Teenager, which is just so bad. Such a bad ABC family melodrama. But it's just funny that she's in it. She's like this Italian guy's new wife.
Oh yeah, that's that. I remember that show. My old roommate loved that show.
The girl from Fault in Their Stars. She's just, her every line is just, "I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant." It's the whole fucking show.
Yep, that's the show.
It's
then she has the baby.
Yeah. Molly Ringwald's in it too. Terrible at acting. I didn't know that about her. I guess we just all knew she was beautiful when we watched her before.
Yeah, she's just so hot that you don't notice.
Exactly. Now I'm older and she's still fucking hot, but I was like, man, she's not good at this. Anthony C. Hall or whatever must have fucking carried that shit.
Yeah, he carried the whole movie.
Every one of them. All the John Hughes films.
Especially even Long Duck Dong. He was even...
Exactly. But yeah, so Earl, Robbie, at the same time as Earl decided to go to the bar to shoot pool, Robbie also learns he has to get a job and learn about taxes and shit. Stuff, which is funny to me because Earl didn't pay the bills. Like, Fran covered it. Earl just made the money. And the other thing being that Earl would have known that shit about taxes. Hey, what's up, Adam? But yeah, that was my brother. But so what were you talking about?
Yeah, Robbie kind of like, he just sucks it up. He's like, all right, well, you know what? I'm gonna go get a job. So
yeah, he says he's gonna get a better one, more suitable for a one-income cave.
He's gonna do the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So we get the next scene is day one after doing the thing, and he's got like knee pads on, and he becomes
a puller.
Yeah,
but which is like supposed to be like a whole big thing. I was like, for one, fucking 16, no college degree, diploma, fucking got a job that's better than what I probably pays better than what I get paid. Like, trade jobs are like what we need. Like, we're trying to get that job, but it sounds like it sucks though. I don't want to fucking any job that means you have to wear knee pads means you have to be on your knees, which means I will die. I'm not doing that. I'll never get back up. That's why I don't pray no more, baby.
That's why I drive through the Chick-fil-A parking lot.
That's why I have to put my middle finger up at the American flag during the flag because I can't kneel. I was like, I would respectfully just kneel, but fuck you, buddy.
Yeah. But So he gets home and he's exhausted and he just wants to sit down
He wants
and
to watch
enjoy
the boob tube, the old idiot box.
yeah
Premium
and,
channels.
Then Fran is just like, well, before you get comfortable, the roof is leaking, the tax property is the
I
taxes.
love this arrangement of words you're coming up with. They're late on paying the property tax, and there's not enough money in like the account or whatever, and that the baby bit the fucking mail carrier.
Yeah.
He was tired of fucking Daniel Radcliffe getting all those letters every day. What are you doing on your keyboard, Tim?
What?
You're doing something with your hands that's making noise. I was just curious. You drumming?
Oh, I was like dragging.
You're a dragon. Yeah, stop doing it. Because I'm just saying it for Zach because he's gonna say it when he's editing it.
Yeah, and Charlene wants to help him with her geography homework or geology.
It was geology. It was geology. She's got geography down. She invented the fucking globe, baby. Like,
yeah. But Earl comes in and he's fucking so happy. He spent $83 on skee ball.
So this is great because I watched this right after I was retelling stories about skee ball because I used to work at Sega GameWorks, like it's like a shitty Dave and Buster's, and like I worked at the prize counter, which it was right next to the skee ball setup, and like when I would like work opening shifts, like during like lunchtime hours, like there was like a couple different regulars that were these guys who would just fucking come in and play skee ball for the whole hour and just rack up all these tickets because they like hit like perfect every time. And then, like, this one guy would always come over with all of his tickets, and he'd look at all the prizes. He's like, ain't got nothing good still. Nothing good here. Just spending all my money. Ain't getting nothing. And then he'd be like, you know what? I'll spend one ticket on this fruity, and that's what he'd get. And then sometimes his wife would call while he was there, and he'd lie about where he was because he wasn't allowed to play skee ball anymore. And what is the fact that this was multiple people that had this addiction? I'm like, Jesus Christ, skee ball, you got a hold on these guys.
That is one of the saddest things I've ever heard.
So sad. Like that marriage is in so much trouble where that's what he's lying about. Like, bro, you gotta get your priorities straight.
You might as well just get laid at that point.
He's probably like, this is fucking better than sex. He's like, I tried cheating. I tried buying a sports car. Fucking nothing was working.
I tried getting beat up.
I did like quick math though. The $83 that he spent on skee ball is 24 straight hours of work at his job. God. Fucking wild.
He wasted it on X-ray glasses to see his wife's underwear, which I assume he's already seen.
Yeah, at least on Thursdays. But like, so this launches into Robbie detailing his plan for managing the family. He like lays it out about like he's gonna like he's gonna send like flowers to the fucking mail carrier. I don't remember what it was. He's gonna sort it out. He was gonna take care of the roof. He was gonna fuck Fran, I think is one of them. I don't remember like what the choices are for dads.
Well, it was just because Earl was just like rubbing it in, like Look at all the fun I'm having. Like
So Robbie had to be like, well, I'm fucking legit too. But Earl's like, yeah, but I ain't gonna be here for dinner. I'm gonna go cruise the food court at the mall. Which like
gonna go cruising.
I think it's really funny. Like there's just you're going somewhere else for food. Okay, that's a weird reason to skip dinner. Unless you mean cruising for chicks, but that's also a weird thing to say to your wife. Like in front of her.
But even Robbie's just like, okay, Earl, but you know.
Earl's like, Roy's gonna go do it, and Robbie's like, I'm not Roy's father. And I'm like, yes, we'll see. He's gonna cuck them both. But yeah, he realizes that Earl's trying to trigger him, get him to yell at him, so he keeps his cool about it. Doesn't yell at his. Well, he's not mother father anymore. He's a dad's son.
Yeah, dad's son. That's what he drives. A dad's son.
I'm my own grandpa. But Robbie has become the Tom Arnold of the episode. But days pass as the bastards grind Robbie down. It's like a whole month passes, 30 days. And in lieu of fixing the bathroom, Robbie says they can all shit in the woods. In lieu of hiring an overpriced wrench jockey to fix the plumbing, Robbie says, fuck Chris from Keystone Copycats. I ain't paying no plumber.
That's right. AES.
If you need any services, get out of here.
An overpriced wrench jockey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard him called.
Yeah.
That's the word in the streets. That he's heard in the sheets.
And then Robbie, and then Fran again is like reminding Robbie of the things that needs to get done, and he just gets more pissed.
He fucking yells at her, and she leaves the room.
Yeah, and then Charlene is just like, "Hey, since you've been helping me with my homework, I've almost to a B, but I gotta. Can you help me out with one thing?" He's like, "What is it?" And she shows the map. He's just like, "Can you tell me where Pangea is?"
Yeah.
He just looks at her. He's just like, "You're grounded."
Yeah, for
She's
stupidity.
Like, for what? For being stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like a fucking foreshadowing to in real life that beauty pageant winner when they ask her like why so many people can't point out like America on a map, and she's like, well, get a lot of people, they don't own a map, and like
yeah, that's definitely map privilege, I believe that's called.
Yeah. We'll talk about that on our podcast Beyond the Map.
There is nothing beyond the map, Ben.
That's what they say, but I saw one thing said, "Monster, there be monsters," or here be there monsters. I'm not a nerd. Let me go.
So like she unveiled the flat Earth, so she knows,
right?
That, yeah.
We thought she was an idiot, but she knows the Earth's flat. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, so Robbie tells her to get the fuck out of there, and she grumbles, leaving the room about how she hates his ass. She misses not the mama.
And Baby just asks for Robbie to read him a story, and Robbie's like, "Nope."
Ain't doing that shit. And this is like where you see like the literal role that Baby plays, and the reason he treats Earl as he does is he's like, you know what, I gotta handle this shit. He's like drops his banky and has Robbie lean over to pick it up, fucking wallop some of the frying pan.
Yep.
Yeah,
he gets him good.
He had it coming.
Yep.
But yeah, so Robbie starts shouting because Baby says he wants not the mama back. Robbie's like, I want him back too. He's supposed to mow the fucking lawn today, and he's out there gallivanting around when the grass is out there growing. So here we come full circle.
He's gonna go find the scissors.
Exactly.
And yeah, so we see Earl and Roy at the mini golf on the same exact hole.
Yes, I guess Roy's Mindy now. They're on a date.
Yeah, and the molehills are there again in the background.
They never left.
They look a little bit nicer this time around, so maybe it's a nice dinner.
I think you're just trying to make mountains out of molehills, you know?
Well, that's what they did in that episode.
They did do some mountain. That's what they do. But yeah, Robbie buckles under the pressure of trying to be more involved dad than Earl, while also still being a literal child. So Earl's trying to like offers as kind of a joke to reverse the curse for Robbie, and Robbie makes it weird, saying "Thanks, Daddy."
Thanks, Daddy.
Earl's like, never mind.
Also, the whole time Roy is like standing there, and he's like stopping the caveman from moving, and he's like jiggling, like because he's getting really excited.
This would have been a good episode for, instead of it being Roy, he should have been hanging out with Spike, because Spike would have been so stoked.
Oh yeah,
he should have taken his friend too, or Spike should at least be there.
When Robbie said "Daddy," it should have cut to Spike, and he's just his eyes
somewhere
get really wide.
Somewhere he awakens, he stirs. He's probably still in the bushes in the woods, though.
I mean, that's where he lives.
Exactly. No shame on this game.
Yeah. So Earl.
So Fran has to step into this point.
Exactly. We get over the intercom. It's just like, wow, it looks like it's getting worse for you, Earl. Your wife is here.
Yeah, because Fran's tired of sleeping with Robbie. It reminds Earl of Thursday nights, which are adults-only spaghetti nights.
That's right.
It's business. It's business time.
It's like Adult Swim, but it's spaghetti.
Yeah, you swim in spaghetti. We all have been there. We've been there.
Everyone out of the pool. The gene pool, that is.
But yeah, so now Robbie apologizes to Earl and says he now realizes that Earl's life is shit. He's like, Earl learned that Robbie's life is tits, and tells Robbie that his job as a parent is to wean him of life's joys and prepare him for the relentless heartache as an adult. And Robbie's like, Dad, I'm not a virgin. I don't listen to Ween. And then Earl offers Robbie a gumball. And they head back to the beef jerky headquarters.
He gives him
reverse the cuck.
Yeah, but do you think the Turtle Puss man was satisfied though?
I bet he's probably like they set him off on a path. He's probably dead. Like he probably
hung himself.
He probably started a fight club. Like he probably fucking Tyler Durden the rest of the episode.
That makes sense. Is Tyler Durden is his mom.
This all actually makes sense because Turtle Puss is like 80 characters, so he's just like Edward Norton to everyone else.
Yeah.
He thinks he's all these different people. He's like, oh, single serving friends and blah blah blah, fucking macho-ness, and then like, We Are the Union, second song of every album, and then like everyone else just sees fucking Edward Norton. I think we knocked this one out pretty fast. We're doing a little side chat. Don't listen, audience.
Yeah, we did. We did a lot. We slandered half a quarter of Alkaline Trio.
Damn, they needed 4 people to make that band. That's weak.
Well,
I could have done it in 3.
It's funny you say that because did you read Laura Jane Grace's book? Have you read it?
No, I have not.
You should. It's good.
Okay.
But
it's called Amazing Grace.
In that book, she makes fun of Matt Skiba pretty bad because she talks about when they toured with Alkaline Trio, and she makes fun of how there was a second guitarist like in the back. He wasn't even on stage.
That's quad, Alkaline Quadro.
Yep.
I mean, that's
pretty funny though.
What my theory is, that guy, even though he was with them, he was actually in Ben Folds 5. So that makes Ben Folds 5 not just 4 dudes.
But like even eventually, like Green Day like added that guy permanently.
Pretty yeah. Now he's like in the press photos, like not just like jerking it behind him. I don't know. I would love to have the position of being in those bands and not having to deal with any of the fucking press and shit. As long as I got the money and I got to have fun playing, that's all I want.
It's just like those. Yeah, it's just like all the music producers from Sweden. Like it's just like
there's gonna still be diehards that respect your legacy, and that's all that matters. I don't want to be fucking. Being famous would be the fucking worst thing. But saying that kind of thing is like when those guys are like, I want to start lifting weights, but I don't want to get like crazy strong. I'm like, it's not gonna happen on accident, buddy. You don't have to set that guideline right now. We know you're not gonna be famous. You're not gonna be muscly. But yeah, no, I just sometimes think about that. I was like, that'd be the worst. Not the worst. I mean, being homeless is the worst. We've been there, but like the worst would be being homeless and famous.
Days and days.
Yeah, I meant D-level fame. You're right.
Double D.
Double D. Yeah, I love Eddie. But so yeah, that concluded that episode. Which, for one, okay, I think the main thing to discuss with this one is the way like they make it seem so quick that like Earl doesn't do all the shit that they want Robbie to be doing in that situation. And Earl's also the adult who has like he has a full brain and like has like he had these kids. He got the spaghetti night. Robbie hasn't spaghetti nighted yet. I mean, he said some wild oats, but
I think that's kind of like the underlying joke is that like Earl is also not an adult. Like he's like cosplaying as one, like as much as Robbie.
Is sometimes since they never like really like put writing to conclude something like that in the show, it's always like, are we just projecting onto it because that's how we see it? Like because they don't always tie it up very well. They just like are like, you get it. Which is it's a 22-minute sitcom about dinosaurs. Fuck.
You get it. You get it.
We did the thing. You get out of our hair. We did the thing.
You get it.
You want to come here? You want to work 15-hour days in the suit, buddy? You come here. You can work here. You put on the dinosaur show if you got shit to say.
Kaplan and LePan, they don't like us.
We're gonna become besties.
Yeah,
besties with Kaplan and LePan.
But speaking of them, they wrote the next episode.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Now I don't see LePan attached to anything that Kaplan does. It's always just David Kaplan on all the Muppet shit now.
Oh, well, no, I was just saying, I was trying to segue.
No, I know. I was just trying to, like how the inventor of the Segway was trying to prove he could stop on a dime and he drove it off a cliff. I was just trying to help you get off that cliff, buddy. Also, probably not a true story. But yeah, next week we're doing season 3, episode 12, Getting to Know You, which was released January 15th, 1993. On my sister Michelle's, that would have been her 14th birthday. So happy birthday, Michelle. And yeah, like you said, it was written by the crazy two, the Graptolites themselves.
Yeah. Also, I didn't check the ending credits. Did they? I should have done that. Was anyone specifically credited for Turtle Puss? Because I thought maybe that was Tim Doyle. Because he kind of
been. They usually Tim doesn't get credited on most of them that he does, from what I've noticed.
That's true, yeah, because he did Chang.
Yeah, he got that credit.
It sounded similar.
It's
Chow.
Your Harry Potter brain is fucking mixing wires. Cho Chang.
And Chow.
Why is the only Asian character in Harry Potter named Cho Chang? It sucks, man. Best song ever written. Next week's episode is directed by Steve Brule's sexier cousin, Mark Brull. No relation.
For your health.
For your health. For your strong. And
yep.
But yeah, and what we're gonna do, we'll do a little bit of housekeeping for y'all real quick before we send you off all tidy and comfortable and with mittens on your feet and chocolates upon your hands. Thank you, Jeremy.
I'm melting your mouth.
We'll take you down to Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati. You can get some melt in your mouth. But yeah, thank you to Jeremy Hunter from Scott's Who Network for our theme song. Check their music out. Scott's Who Network, We Are the Union, all that shit. Spotify, YouTube. Just mail them money. Just send them money. Subscribe to the Patreon. I'll give you their address off the air.
Mailbox money.
Send money to Amy Shenanigans too. I saw her posting on Facebook the other day about like how fucking customers be rude as shit trying to hand you money before you ask them for it and stuff. Do it anyway. Go hand her money. Her asking. She needs it. She deserves it. I'm not gonna say she needs it. I don't mean like condescendingly. She's probably doing way better than I am, I'm sure. But, yeah. Speaking of engaged couples, and then I wasn't speaking of them, but it's still in the notes.
Zach and Chris.
Zach and Chris. Yeah, Zachary George is our beloved editor in chief. I was just 2 blocks from his house the other day after getting into town. Didn't come meet me, so I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work out. We might have to replace him.
He doesn't even have a job. What's he doing? Go bother him.
Being a dad is his job. Okay.
Well, not according to Robbie Sinclair.
Making his wife happy is his job. Not coming and meeting me under the racist Native American sign is his job. We sent you the picture, like, oh, that's real. Huh?
The Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, name your fucking team after the Owl movie. Come on. So lazy.
Galaxy.
So lazy. I would have gone with the Cleveland Sloppy Steaks.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's so many baseball teams. All right.
Cleveland.
We'll do
Cleveland Buff Boys.
Yeah, we'll do our. We do this every week. We do our segment. It's called Sports Guys, and we talk about sports. This is a really short one. Baseball team names suck, except minor leagues. There's some shrimp one Tim was talking to me about.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Jacksonville, Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
Yeah, what a great name. There's the Trash Pandas.
And it's great because it's the Jumbo Shrimp, not the Jacksonville Shrimp. It's the Jumbo Shrimp.
You know what the New Orleans team was? Fucking Baby Cakes. So good. Some people call me baby cakes. It's so good. But yeah, you can check out Zach's band Waterson on Bandcamp and YouTube and etc. You can also just mail him money. I'll give you his address. And you can listen to his podcast, our stepsister podcast, the Keystone Copycats, with Chris and Zach. I wish they'd stop getting stuck in the dryer. Maybe I don't wish they'd stop getting stuck in the dryer. You know what I mean?
They're on season 2.
Yeah, they're doing their Point Break down.
Yeah, they're talking about movies that are about bank robberies.
Yeah, heist films. So
yeah,
it's good so far. I enjoy it. I'm sure it's going to the next episode downhill, but good so far. Hey, and if you listen to it, tell them Ben sent you. I don't know who you say that to while listening to a podcast, but tell them.
I assume that they didn't do Star Wars Rogue One. Did they? It's a heist movie.
Yeah, but Solo is like a 3 heist movie, I think, isn't it?
That's true.
The best part of it's the heist part, and then I'm like, why is it still happening? What is this? What is this desert standoff? What is this?
The fucking Darth Maul. Get the fuck out of here.
Bro, like, you're messing in with my head. I don't know the timeline anymore. Get out of here.
I hate like lazy fan service like that, so I was mad. Yeah.
I think it'd be really funny if they had a guy who looked almost like him and it was someone else just to fuck with people even more. This is Darth Brawl.
Darth Brawl.
Darth Brawl.
For your health.
Midichlorians.
Force your health. For
midichlorians.
Okay.
Midichlorians are stored in the balls. Yeah, but
I mean, good t-shirt.
Thanks to all the lovely people that help us do this, and thanks to all the lovely people that listen to us as we do this, and thanks to all the lovely people that we haven't met yet and might never interact with until I'm famous, because I'm a fucking star, baby. I'm a baby cake.
Motherfucking star.
I'm a fucking star. But yeah, I'm a star fucking hipster. No, I don't want to get canceled.
No.
But yeah, if you you can check us out on all the internet places. It's, if you're down with Satan and shit, we're on the Twitter, we're on the Instagram, we're on the Facebook.
Goats.
Or goats. Yeah, or goats. Always or goats. It's at A Dinosaurs Tale. And you can email us too at sinclaritypodcast@gmail.com. We'll talk to you. Here's a service we'll provide for you. If you're worried that your mom's going to cheat on your dad, we'll make a fake account that looks like a younger, sexier version of your dad. We'll message her. We'll see if she's loyal. $50.
Right. $50.
$50 or a date with your mom. That's how much. A date with your mom, and I'll pay for half.
That was that MTV show, right? Date My Mom.
Oh my God, Paramount Plus though, they have all the cringy fucking 90s and 2000s MTV shows on it.
They have what? They have Room Raiders.
Next, they got fucking Parental Control. That's our next. That's our pivot when we're done with dinosaurs.
Date My Mom.
We're not going to review those shows. We're going to do our shitty iPhone camera version of those shows.
Yo Mama.
We're gonna do our
that
version.
Was really bad.
We're gonna do our version of Next. It's gonna be great. We're gonna do our version of Cheaters. We'll do this right now. Guarantee 1 stabbing per episode. Guarantee 1 person stabbed every episode.
At least one.
At least one. Me and Tim, we'll stab each other if we have to. It's in the contract.
The only stabbing I'm interested in is my COVID-19 vaccine.
Which apparently you need even more than the ones we got. Apparently shit's still rough out there. So if you're in a situation where you're uncomfortable, put on a mask. If you're in a different kind of situation that makes you uncomfortable where a mask wouldn't help, I don't know. You can call someone, hopefully. I don't know what I'm talking about now.
Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters, I guess.
Or Globebusters. People that wear globe shoes while skateboarding, they go too hard and they bust them open. Some dude told me yesterday that Bob Burnquist invented skateboarding. I'm still upset. I'm like, that's who? And then he said that Jamie guy with the dreads. I don't remember if that's his name or not. I was like, what? There was a guy from Tony Hawk. His name was like Jamie or whatever. He had dreads. I don't know. This guy's probably entirely wrong because I couldn't remember who he was talking about. But I was like, no, man. This all started because this dude was wearing an Enjoy shirt, and I brought up the God. I brought up the Mullen.
That's right.
I said
Gainesville's finest.
exactly. Other than, of course, Gutless. Oh wait, that's from Oliver, Florida. It's from New York. New York, baby. You're not from Gainesville. It's only white male bands in Gainesville. I've seen some posts about it recently.
And they're not even from Gainesville. They weren't born there.
Yeah. all Gainesville, no Painesville. But yeah, well, do we have anything else that we were gonna mention? Where can we
Liquid Death?
Yeah, I think no, they don't get any of the advertising until they give us until they pay us.
Well, I had one yesterday. It was great.
I do my Breaking Edge video every year where I take a 6-pack of Liquid Death and I cut it in half with a katana while I listen to the leftover crack.
Rock the 40 ounce.
Yeah. But we're gonna leave it here. I just want to make sure I end the episode so I can officially say Tim did not wish me a happy birthday the entire episode. It's in 2 days, so it's pretty fucked up. But like
2 days? It's not your birthday yet.
In 2 days, by the time this episode airs, I'll be 32 even. I'm 33 maybe. There's no way of knowing.
Doesn't count unless it's on the day.
Is that true?
No.
After that food I didn't get you for your birthday, evil. that's not my fault. You were thrown it up.
I would have just thrown it up, Ben.
That's been my past week. Every time I try to eat anything, I told Mary Ellen when I left New Orleans, like, hey, can you do me a favor and throw the Raisin Canes and the Taco Bell away that's in my fridge because I tried twice to eat food and did not work. It did not take. So yeah, it's been a rough week, but I think we were funny today, so everyone's gonna enjoy the episode.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Look, and if you don't enjoy it,
sake.
We don't want you to be dishonest. We just want you to give us a 5-star review on Apple anyway. You do it with your fingers crossed, don't even worry about it.
Yeah,
just make sure. What, go on?
Live from the office of male supremacy.
And obviously, we might be doing a live set later this year. And if you review that, the only thing I require is you use the words easy on the eyes, melts in your mouth, and
not in your hand.
Nut in your hand. But yeah, sorry that we exist. But thank you for hanging out with us, everyone. We love you all.
Yes. Goodbye.
It's so awkward to hear Tim pretend to love people. It took him 5 seconds. He's a robot. No, I like Tim. I just would never tell him that to his face.
Oh my god! Just end the show.
Show. So anyway, we're gonna segment to our after show, the Talking Dead, with that nerd guy. Anyway, so thanks for joining us, and
that one nerd guy.
Let's chill. Let's enjoy the extinction together, everybody.
Goodbye.